我哋都係做翻神奇俠侶算啦。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Marty Feldman, and this is my review of Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. If we look at Mr. and Mrs. Incredible in any relation to the trailers for it, we would very likely be roundly disappointed and maybe even a little angry. The trailers promised us a very witty, funny, entertaining film based on a certain style and tone and story. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible isn't that movie, which normally means that I would start losing it right about now. But no, because what we get instead is a film that I found to be very affecting, very well acted, and, dare I say it, sweet. Louis Koo and Sandra play a married couple, two superheroes who've retired to a small isolated village where they choose to eke out a rather meager existence as normal, everyday people and keep the door to their past firmly shut. They don't have much, but they have each other, and that seems to be just about all that they want or need. They decide to buy a home, and pretty soon they decide that it's too big for just two of them. But they both have physical impediments to conceiving, and their efforts to combat these issues form the subtext for much of the rest of the film. In the midst of this, a martial arts tournament is announced. It will be held in this same out-of-the-way place for seemingly innocuous reasons. Of course, it's a movie and it can never be so simple, right? Of course not. And let me say now that the martial arts plot is not necessarily very well realized, so I'm not giving the film a pass. But it does provide the backdrop for some manipulations of the plot, the audience, and the characters. For example, a young child who once met Louis Koo's gazer warrior returns, though now she's all grown up, into a very noticeable woman who notices Louis Koo a lot and notices that he may even be the gazer warrior. She shows a lot of interest in him for a lot of reasons, in a lot of ways. Sandra notices her husband being noticed, and she puts him on notice. Of course, this film was made with China in mind, so there are no inappropriate things shown on screen. Still, it is interesting to note how the film manages, at least conceptually, to have its cake and lick its taut young belly too, so to speak. But for me, what really carries this film, what made it interesting, what makes it worth watching, are the performances by Louis Koo and Sandra They sold me on their characters, and I honestly found myself amazed at how much I bought into them. I say that because Sandra can and has chewed up more scenes than Eric Cott and the sharks from all three Jaws movies. So when she starts crying in a scene and I actually get caught up because she's being so believable, a voice in my head asks me, what the hell is going on? It wasn't supposed to be like this. These are two very commendable performances, because one half of my brain knows that it's watching two movie stars that I'm very familiar with and I've seen in a whole bunch of movies, and I know that they're not the characters, they're actors. But the other half of my brain is overlooking that familiarity and buying into the characters. I really believe that these two characters loved each other and cared about each other more than anything or anyone else in the world. Sandra and Louis Koo managed, in the midst of a sometimes subpar film, to turn into very strong, very impressive performances. It had me smiling for a long time after I left the theater, and I really enjoy watching this movie, and I feel funny saying it to you, but it's true, I liked it, and I recommend this movie. Now, I want you to see it, but I don't want you to steal it. Buy a disc, don't download the movie. In the description, there is a link to where you can buy this movie. That's what I want you to do. Don't steal it, because I don't like that. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment anyway. That doesn't bother me. If you enjoy the channel, please think about subscribing. That way it lets me know that I'm reaching people. Thank you, and